Hello, my name is Leslie Van Winkle, and I am a speech-language pathologist at the Munroe-Meyer Institute. Today, I'm going to be speaking with you about speech, language, communication, and how they relate to autism spectrum disorder. The focus of this presentation is to answer three important questions. The first is, what are speech, language, and communication? The second is, when might you seek out a speech-language pathologist? And the third is, what does speech-language therapy look like? First, I want to begin by familiarizing us with the vocabulary that we use to describe our interactions with one another. First, speech is the way sounds are produced. This can include the accuracy of sounds, the volume of sounds, how we combine those sounds into words. Language is the symbols that we use and understand. These can be written or spoken. Examples include English, Spanish, sign language. And the third term is communication. Communication involves a back and forth interaction between a speaker and a listener. Now let's take a look at how children learn to use their speech and language to communicate. First, children begin learning how to use their speech by cooing and babbling. They also begin to use their eye contact and gestures as a way to show and share information before they're ready to use full words. Then children start to learn how to use single words or one word at a time for really familiar items and people. Once they have several words they can say, then they learn how words go together. This lays the foundation for more complex conversations. So when might you pursue a speech-language pathologist? You might seek out speech-language therapy if your child does not yet coo or babble, does not yet make eye contact regularly, is not yet using gestures like pointing or waving to communicate, does not readily use single words or imitate words when you ask him or her to, and or he or she does not yet put the words together into phrases and sentences. What does speech-language therapy look like? Some people think of a photo similar to this when they think of speech therapy, sitting at a table, looking at flashcards, practicing sounds. There are a lot of other ways that speech therapy can look too. One way that we can provide services to children with speech and language delays is through parent coaching. In this model, we would develop goals together, show you strategies for teaching communication, help you practice them, talk about what's going well, what's challenging. Lastly, we help you develop a plan for practice at home that can occur within your daily routines. Another way that speech-language therapy can look is individual therapy or one-on-one therapy. This is when the therapist works directly with your child. This typically occurs once to twice per week for about 30 to 60 minutes. And lastly, speech-language therapy might also occur in a group. In group therapy, children can be working on different goals but receive therapy together in a way that's fun and interactive. Groups like these can promote interactions to share and engage in other social interactions. You might be wondering, where are these services provided? They can be provided both in a private medical setting and the school setting. Private speech-language therapy is provided at a clinic and paid for through insurance or self-pay. It typically requires a primary care physician referral and will begin with an evaluation to determine what's most appropriate for your child. School-based speech-language therapy is provided through your local school district. This might occur in your home or daycare for children younger than 3, or in a school for children older than 3. These services will also begin with an evaluation that determines what's most appropriate for your child. The services your child will receive will be outlined in your child's education program. Today, we discuss the definition of communication, which is that social exchange between a speaker and a listener. That includes things like eye contact, speech, gestures. We discuss times when you might seek out a speech-language pathologist through a referral from your child's doctor. We talked about the 3 most common types of speech-language therapy: parent coaching, individual therapy, and group therapy. And lastly, we talked about the fact that your child can receive both private and school-based speech-language services. Thank you so much for joining me today. If you have any questions about the content of this presentation or something that wasn't covered, please let us know using the link provided.